Ich, ja, bin auf jeden Fall kaputt. Dann nochmal eine voller Kamera. Also den Kack aus. Gerade nichts damit gemacht, außer sie einmal richtig durchgewuschelt. Ah. Ich mach den Stream eigentlich nur an, weil ich das Spiel weiterspielen will. Und warum nicht einfach im Stream machen? Jetzt ist ganz alleine. So. Ich habe mal Zeiten auf. Ah, hier, genau. So. Muss kurz hier noch den Chat vorbereiten. Wunderbar. Danke, danke. Pop-out. Auch. Jetzt wieder schließen. Und die vorne hinholen. Ja. Also es ist wirklich einzige Möglichkeit, meinen dritten Bildschirm zu nutzen. Ist Stream. Ich habe wirklich noch fast nichts anderes gefunden, wo ich meinen dritten Bildschirm gleichzeitig mit den anderen benutzen sollte. Okay, kann, ja. Aber sollte, ist halt wirklich. Dritten Monitor ist so. Ich habe sogar einen vierten, Alter. Ist mein Zeichentablet, aber ähm, es ist so, es ist wirklich, der dritte ist nötig. Ja, aber weil ich lang genug online führen werde, heute werde ich länger spielen. Ich spiele halt normalerweise nur. Das habe ich gar nicht gesehen, warte, habe ich dir doch gar nicht gefolgt? Ich habe dir noch nicht gefolgt. Was soll das? War hier. Ähm, naja, ich spiele halt normalerweise, wenn dann nur so gegen 21 bis 23 Uhr, vielleicht auch 24 Uhr, wenn ich richtig Bock habe. Ähm, true. Bis gerade eben war ich auch noch keiner. Ja, bye bye. So, dann starte ich mal das Spiel. Oh nein, Steam hat nicht gestartet. Dieser Bug, warum ist der noch immer da? Da startet Steam und dann lädt das nicht. Seit Steam existiert. Ah! So, jetzt funktioniert das aber. Ja, ist offen. Perfekt, jetzt kann ich öffnen. Ja, das Spiel ist gestern nicht so gut ausgegangen. Nee, nee, gar keinen Bock. Hab ich schon dreimal oder so. Ist nur so einmal am Tag passiert das. Es ist wirklich so das erste Mal, dass es startet, zwischendurch funktioniert es nicht. Ähm, und ich starte das Steam nicht automatisch morgens mit. Naja. Ist auch nicht schlimm. Schließe ich kurz und dann funktioniert's. So, jetzt schalten wir auf den Spiel. Bald ist auch mein Stream weg hier. Am Montag, glaube ich. Dann habe ich kein Problem mehr mit dem Umschalten. Weil früher hatte ich ein Numpad hier und habe drum gedrückt, habe meine Szene und so geändert. Aber jetzt habe ich das nicht mehr. Jetzt habe ich eine Tastatur ohne Numpad. Ist aber dafür beides. Bisschen schöner als die andere. Sieht auch schöner auf dem Tisch aus. Aber was war's? Ich glaube ich. Jo, ich habe mir ein DG 502, glaube ich. Oder 1, ja, die ist schon nice. Die hält auch echt lange. Ja, kann gut die 2 gewesen sein. Ja. Weiß gar nicht, was die 1 ist, also. Ja, damals hat so mein Bruder sich die geholt, dann hat mein anderer Bruder sich die geholt. Ich dachte so, ey komm, jetzt kann ich nicht als dritter Bruder so außen vorstellen. Ich brauche eine neue Maus, whatever, hol ich mir die auch. Und das war schon amüsant. Wir benutzen noch immer alle die gleiche Maus. Ist jetzt bei mir jetzt schon 7 Jahre alt oder so. 6. Guck mal, ist das mit dem Ton? Ja, sollte genug sein. Ich kann ihn ein bisschen lauter das Spiel machen. Was mache ich jetzt? Genau. Lass mal raus. Es ist mir egal. Also, ich streame auf Deutsch, daher. Steht ja, dass ich auf Englisch streame gerade? Ich habe letztes Mal. Ja, ganz Deutsch mal erinnern, es ist auf Deutsch. Ich habe letztens einmal kurz auf Englisch gestreamt. Daher ist es wahrscheinlich auf Englisch. Ich mache das halt über ein anderes Programm, stelle ich das ein. Da sehe ich nicht, ob was eingestellt ist. Direkt hier drauf. Also wie du willst, wenn du Englisch schreiben willst, dann schreib Englisch, wenn nicht, dann nicht. So, jetzt soll das auf Deutsch sein. Das ist die ganze Zeit nur auf Englisch, wenn du mit Leuten schreibst? Ist ja. Ah, okay, krass, okay. Ja, wie es ja angenehmer ist. Wenn du jetzt nicht wechseln möchtest, dann schau auf Englisch, ich verstehe das. Also, ich meine, ich dürfte nicht bei der Arbeit wirklich arbeiten, wenn ich nicht verstehe. Daher. Ja, oder ich. Ja, juckt mich nicht, weil was halt Meta oder so ist. Ich zock halt einfach. Für mich ist halt Stream eine schöne Sache nebenbei. Gerade wenn ich halt dann reden kann. Ich rede halt super gern und gerade wenn keine Freunde verfügbar sind oder so, ist es eine Ausrede, um mit mir selber oder mit dem Nichts zu reden. Oder jetzt mit dir.
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more than likely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
I, of course, know the subject of his investigations, but as the one you're interested in has yet to be completed or published, I can't help you.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I am sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Veronica, I know I'm not exactly a prime physical specimen, but I should hope that I am still not so forgettable. Unless I'm wrong and we do not know each other, what is, after all, certain in this life? It might all just be a confounded dream. Like the one I had last night, where trying to wear my pants as a shirt, I found my nose got caught in the zipper.
Professor Scott. Oh my. Hello. I am so sorry I did not recognize you. You should have told me earlier to save me from this embarrassment. Was it you who was planning the collaboration on the Technomancer research? I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with the reality we must come to face.
Hab ich das richtig verstanden? Du hast mit der geschlafen gestern? Okay, ja, cool. Danke, dass du jetzt uns den Weg ein bisschen frei gemacht hast. Kann ich durchnehmen.
Zachariah, could you... Anyway, could I talk to you in private?
What's going on?
Hast du mich mitten...
I know that I'm asking a lot of you, but I was wondering if maybe you could continue to investigate. You are someone important now. You know a lot of people. They can tell you if Veronica's suspicions are justified.
I could probably talk about it with my captain, or tap into some contacts in the know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be sure, you see. I think that you need to recover his latest research. I strongly believe that, besides what he said, he found something dangerous. The ASC, they're thugs. We must not allow sensitive scientific research to fall into their hands. The risks are too high.
I'll see what I can do, but I doubt that Veronica will give me Charles's documents willingly. She's very protective of her boss's work.
Ich glaube, das sollte nicht passieren. Ich glaube, weil er mich mitten angehalten hat, mittendrin, mit dem Gespräch.
There's no place in the scientific
Das ist cool.
community. It's such a plebeian concept. Look at all the
Ja, ich nehme meinen.
lost souls.
Gar nicht, okay.
Seems so sad. Lieutenant, why are we investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected
Make
to
the
this,
slightest
but it
move,
is.
you're a dead
You're gonna have to
man.
trust me.
Oh, I get it. You just want to solve a case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
Ja, okay. Na. Irgendwo da rumzubuggen.
Look, guys, get him!
Oh. So. Das war... Ich habe gehofft, dass, wenn ich da oben stehe, irgendwie irgendwo anders hinkomme, wo ich nicht hin soll. Aber, naja. Leider nicht. Es gibt ja auch kein Springen, das heißt also, die Bugmöglichkeiten, irgendwo hinzukommen, wo man nicht hin soll, ist ein bisschen geringer. So. Ich habe die Stadt noch nie von... Das ist ja die Slums. Sind wir dann ganz oben, die andere Stadt? Das macht aber keinen Sinn. Also wie es hier jetzt von unten aussieht, dann kann da oben definitiv nicht die Stadt sein, die ich kenne. So. Ah. Okay. Nehmen wir es nochmal zurück. Ich habe gar nicht gesehen, dass es noch da hinten ist. Ich dachte, wir wären schon durch.
Veronica, I need a favor. I'm looking for access to the professor's compiled research documents. Might be a big help to me.
It's just not my work to share, Zachariah. If he came back, I don't think he'd be too pleased to find out I handed it away. You ever find out what happened to him?
Gibt's hier nichts. Okay. Dann ab zur anderen Seite. Worum geht's in dem Spiel? Oh, chill, warte. Ich kenne was zu Ende und dann hau ich raus beim Laufen. Ah, zu spät. Ah, zu früh. Ah! Das. Ich hab's noch nicht ganz raus. So. Also, ich hab den... Geh weg. Also, ich habe den Vorteil gespielt, Mars Warlocks. Da ging es grundsätzlich darum, dass halt ein ganz normaler Typ erstmal, glaube ich, irgendwie bei einer Armee ist und aber keine besonderen Fähigkeiten hat. Das heißt, er ist eigentlich nutzlos in der Armee und wird halt eher als Kanonenfutter genutzt. Er wird dann immer stärker, setzt sich durch, bildet seine eigene Gruppe und schlägt sich durch verschiedene Riesenmutanten, Monster und so weiter. Führt seine Gruppe halt an und kämpft halt gegen all das, was er falsch findet. Und das auch, er findet, dass die Mutanten, die halt so stark sind und so viel Rechte haben, nicht unbedingt so viel Rechte haben sollten, nur weil sie stärker sind. Also ein bisschen liberal das Ganze angegangen. Man kann natürlich dann selber entscheiden, ob man gut, böse, ob man den Mutanten hilft oder nicht. Ich bin diesen Weg gegangen. Und das war recht cool, man kann nicht so viel sagen. Es ging halt darum, dass man auf dem Mars lebt. Und dass viele Menschen, die der Sonne ausgesetzt sind, mutieren und als, nicht mehr wirklich als Menschen angesehen, sondern als Monster, als Mutanten. Und es gibt unoffizielle Mutanten, Elektro-Mutanten, die Technomancer heißen, die als Menschen angesehen werden und niemand weiß, dass sie Mutanten sind. Und es sind auch noch Menschen, weil ich bin beispielsweise hier gerade einer. Der Technomancer heißt das Spiel. Das erste Spiel hat mit dem zweiten nur welttechnisch zu tun, aber nicht wirklich was zu tun. Du wirst also ein bisschen im Spiel von dem ersten Spiel erfahren. Aber es hat nicht wirklich was mit uns zu tun. Im zweiten Spiel ist man jetzt ein Technomancer, also einer der mutierten Leute. Dieses Geheimnis hat man direkt am Anfang des Spiels herausgefunden. Und dieses Geheimnis erfährt jeder Technomancer am Anfang, dass man selbst einer der Mutanten ist, die auch so verhasst werden von anderen. Aber halt eine besondere Mutation. Und das darf definitiv nicht an die Gemeinschaft rankommen. Weil sonst würden sich alle Leute gegen die Mutanten, gegen die Technomancer auflehnen und sie vermutlich ausrotten. Es gibt sowas wie eine Religion, die gegen Mutanten sind. Egal welche Art. Also es ist egal, ob sie menschlich sind oder nicht. Weg damit. Die müssen getötet werden, abgeschlachtet, weg damit. Und es geht hier in gewisser Weise darum, soweit ich das jetzt weiß, weil ich da gerade am Anfang des Spiels bin, dass man wieder am Anfang hat man gegen Riesenmutant gekämpft. Das ist halt immer cool, klar. Aber jetzt am Anfang werde ich erstmal so ganz normal in das Technomancer-Leben hier eingeführt. Was ich machen muss, ich muss Rebellen schnappen, Deserteure. Und auf dem Weg kann ich jetzt entscheiden, was für mich wichtig und richtig ist. Beispielsweise soll ich die Deserteure am Leben lassen und entkommen lassen, töte ich sie oder nehme ich sie gefangen. Wenn ich Menschen hier haue, du siehst hier, da steht Ausbluten für Serum. Ich kann für Geld die töten. Ich kann also wählen, die Welt hier schlechter zu machen und damit die Welt zu beeinflussen. Und das halt dann natürlich für mehr Geld, für mehr Erfahrung und so weiter. Und es geht in gewisser Weise so sein eigener Herr zu sein hier. Sowas wie, ist halt ein RPG. Ein Roleplay-RPG in gewisser Weise, nur halt mit Story. Und dass man hier mit Fraktionen halt dann kämpft. Und ich glaube, ich werde mich wahrscheinlich wieder in die auflehnerische Partei drücken, also von den Rebellen. Weil die Technomancer sehen sich halt als besser an. Du siehst schon in den ersten Momenten, die machen normale Menschen runter. Also Leute, die im Slum leben, werden in der oberen Stadt, da wo die Technomancer leben und andere Menschen halt leben, werden getreten, verachtet. Also werden zu Tode getreten, einfach nur, weil sie halt nicht da sein sollten, da oben in der Stadt. Die haben sich da drin verirrt oder brauchten einfach Essen oder so, werden getötet. Oder so schwer verwundet, dass sie eigentlich so gut wie tot sind. Nur weil sie halt nicht Technomancer sind oder nicht halt in die obere Stadt gehören. Und das ist halt einfach so, einfach menschlich nicht vertretbar aus meiner Meinung. Daher werde ich wahrscheinlich mit den Slum-Leuten zusammenarbeiten oder mit Leuten, die so in der Mittelschicht sind, die halt nicht unbedingt für das stehen, was für die Slums sind. Und nicht, was die Technomancer sind. Und dann wird man wahrscheinlich halt Rebellionen anfangen, andere Städte sehen, andere Bereiche, super viele Bosse, mehr Geheimnissen von den Technomancer erfahren, was noch so in der Welt passiert. Na, ich kann nicht genau sagen, da gibt es jetzt so eine lineare Sache, die du machen musst. Auf jeden Fall immer Monster klatschen und immer Menschen klatschen. in dieser Stadt. Jedes Mal, wenn du hier wieder hochgehst und runter, sind die wieder neu gespawnt. Ein bisschen nervig, aber Erfahrung, ne? Why not? Und ich bin jetzt nicht gelaufen und reden. Das ist... Scheiße. Ja, die wollen aber meistens nur in den Slums sich kloppen. Wenn ich oben bin, dann machen die das nicht. Aber du bist meistens in den Slums. Also ich auf jeden Fall. Vielleicht, wenn ich freundlich mit dem... Vielleicht muss ich einfach nur mit dem Boss hier reden. Dann lass ihn mich in Ruhe. Muss ich gucken. Ja, das Kampfsystem ist nicht unbedingt das Beste. Ist auch nicht ganz so fair nebenbei, wenn du gegen ganz viele kämpfst. Sieh doch den richtig an. Das ist so mies, wenn er... Ich mag übelst gerne die Spiele von Spiders. Ich habe eigentlich jedes Spiel von Spiders gespielt. Das nächste Spiel, was sie rausgebracht haben, heißt Greedfall. Das habe ich schon durch. Ich habe das Spiel damals angefangen, aber nicht wirklich weitergespielt. Und ich weiß gar nicht wieso, ich glaube, ich hatte keine Zeit. Und daher wollte ich das jetzt nachholen. Bei Greedfall habe ich so durchgesuchtet. Alter, das war richtig gut. Also gerade Story- und Weltbild technisch, Alter, grandios. Greedfall wirklich, kann ich empfehlen. Naja, ich bin so ein Fan von... Ich weiß nicht wieso. Von so Spielen wie die von Piranha Bytes, also Risen, Gothic und Spiders. Spiders kommt so amerikanisch dem am nächsten. Weil du merkst, dass es eine Firma ist, die sehr klein, ja nicht unbedingt so klein ist, aber wie Piranha Bytes. Aber sie sind nicht so krass gut in allen Bereichen, wie jetzt bei Witcher 3, wo die halt richtig viele Leute geholt haben, die das können und reingepackt. Man merkt, die lernen pro Spiel immer richtig viel dazu. Und man merkt so ein bisschen, Vampire ist Beispiel auch von denen, dass Vampire richtig besser wird im Kampfsystem, also richtig viel besser wird im Kampfsystem. Man merkt aber noch Überschneidungen, dass so ein paar Sachen geblieben sind. Und beim Greedfall auch, du merkst irgendwie, okay, ja gut, hier ist noch ein bisschen clunky, aber ihr habt so gut gemacht, so im Vergleich zu vorher. Und das finde ich irgendwie schön zu sehen, den Weg zu begleiten von dieser Firma. Gewandtheit. Alles für Gewandtheit. Ich habe keine Gewandtheit. Ich gehe pur auf Stärke. Obwohl ich auf Verteidigung gehe. Naja, ist egal. Tja. Man hat es vielleicht gesehen, das Schild kann einfach alles abblocken. Also es gibt so gut wie nichts, außer Bossangriffe, glaube ich. Die man nicht abblocken kann. Oh.
What are we doing here?
If there's anyone who knows where the professor is, besides the guys who made him disappear, it's this guy right here. Anton Rogue knows everything and everyone in Ophir.
All right. Yes, I try.
Sorry, pal. Nobody enters this office if they got no pass.
That right, pal? I'm an officer and a Technomancer, and I'm here to see Anton Rogue. Think you should let me in.
You even know who Anton Rogue is? He's the big fucking balls here. The boss. I don't care if you're a damn general. Get the hell out of here.
What else?
Show it to me. Alright, fine. You can come in even though you're dressed like... you stole it from one of our guys.
I mean, ja. Was hast du erwartet, wenn die mich angreifen? Ich wollte erstmal looten, Mann.
Look what the cat dragged in. The prodigal son. A diamond in the rough, risen from poor street trash to the godlike ranks of Technomancer. Now tell me, why am I so lucky to be in your presence?
Word is the slums have formed pockets of regime opposition, and you might know where they can be found.
People who oppose the regime? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled, and certain of nothing.
Then don't be a snitch. Just stand back and watch as their bombs go off and your precious streets are overrun with guards. I'm sure you're smart enough to know that that can't be good for business, though.
You're one smooth talker, Rogue. Clearly smarter than you look. Find the bar, the curiosities, and you'll find what you're looking for. The garden where the seeds of anarchy are sown. Or so I hear.
Thank you. I'll go check it out right away.
As would I. Just find them before they blow the city sky high, will you? Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
I'm looking for a caravan of merchants. They were supposed to be in the exchange. Word is they were escorted to the slums, and you may know something about it.
Yeah, rude little men. My town, my streets. Uninvited competition who lack even the common decency to offer a little token of grace in exchange for their presence. If you're ready to settle their debts, I'd be happy to usher them back home.
These merchants were involved in some outside business that requires interrogation as soon as possible. You can either help me find them, or we can turn our attention towards your business affairs. Your call, Anton.
So either I turn a blind eye, or you do. Fair enough. Very well. Let's be magnanimous and hope that you will be too. You will find your suspects in one of our warehouses. Go see the guards and tell them, he who profits will deserve honor. They will give you the keys. Business is business, and now that ours is done, I will trust in your discretion.
Professor Charles Seeker. I'm looking for what happened to him. What can you tell me?
The dangers of having a mind, of using it, and especially of speaking it, I'm afraid. His research and political opinions push the line, and patience of some. Funny how smart and wise don't always go hand in hand. That said, word is he boarded a train. Not so much a pleasure trip. More like a forced hiatus given the military escort and the colonel's re-education camp he was bound for. No matter the power of the mind, the power of a gun always seems to gain the upper hand in the end. Don't you think?
Er guckt mich echt wenig an, ne? Als wenn er so an der Seite meinen Kopf so hier an der Seite beobachten würde. Aber ihn hier, der Kollege auf dem Monitor, den wir sehen mit der Brille, mit der wunderschönen Brille. Er guckt nicht einmal, also einmal gerade kurz hat er angeguckt.
What do you think of our army?
You're a hard one to peg, Rogue. Why would you care what I think? But sure, why not? Just a little friendly conversation. Abundance and its generals are like a once vibrant tree that has long since withered away. Its leaves dried up, but still clinging to the branches of memories stretching from the trunk of its faded but glorious past. Strangled by its own ancient and outmoded bureaucracy, all the while Aurora's strength blossoms from the aggressive dynamics of its youth. But I'm sure it will all work itself out in time. If not on the battlefield, then undoubtedly in offices like these, and of our dear Colonel Victor.
What's your opinion of Technomancers?
I'll try to tread lightly with this, Mancer. Unfortunately for Abundance, you're becoming relics, a dying breed.
due to the disgraceful misuse of what could very well be one of its greatest, though misspent, assets. On the battlefield alone, for sure, the brute force of you Technomancers is unmatched. And when coupled with the fact that you're the keepers of terrestrial knowledge, it's a combination quite capable of reducing empires to faded memories, isn't it?
What do you know about the Resistance?
Enough to handle my own business unimpeded. We don't think that they are in any danger. They're an occasional client when they're in need of weapons or explosives. Their biggest strength comes from how deeply underestimated they are. Ever stepped in a puddle that turned out to be a ditch? Not pleasant.
What about the ASC? What can you tell me?
Nothing you don't already need to know. Little happens that they don't see or hear, and their colonel's control over abundance grows with each passing day. I'm not telling you anything else for free.
What's the deal with the mutant pen?
Well, well. Aren't we just the little inquisitive student today? So eager to learn. So full of questions. Even for mutants, it's unbearably inhuman. Piled into a pen in conditions that I guarantee will, in time, foster revolt. Despite what some profess, they're far from mindless. And thought fueled with rage is a dangerous, dangerous little thing.
What's the word on the Curiosities?
It'd be a nice place if you could scrub away the filth and grime and trash, and somehow diffuse the tensions between the anarchist ASC spies and members of our family that boil over. Other than that, though, a charming place. Seriously, though, the hodgepodge of personalities can run their streets with more blood than those arena brawls they're so fond of, which I'd imagine would revel in a Mancer brawler, if you ever wanted to try your hand.
What can you tell me about the exchange?
Lovely place, and the only neighborhood open to outcast merchants and business of all kinds. I'd live there permanently in a heartbeat, if it wasn't for the stranglehold of surveillance that suffocates its streets like a well-placed pillow.
How acquainted are you with the slums?
Well acquainted, as I'm sure you are as well, am I right? You've come a long way from your roots among those pickpockets and thieves who give those streets their dirty little charm. But for those willing to work hard enough to ascend from that filth, there's opportunity to rise, even to the esteemed and glorious heights of a Technomancer, I hear.
What do you know about the Underworks?
A labyrinth of tunnels infested with filthy little beasts. And unless you're simply looking for a place to escape from the lovingly prying eyes of our motherland, it's more just a place of transit and storage than one where you want to plant your roots, or even rest your head, unless you're looking to lose it.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Haben wir nichts gegen? Habe ich gerade nur Glück und die sehen das irgendwie nicht? Okay. Hello. Hi, die Händler. Das ist dann... Was gerade?
Anton Rogue sent me. I need the keys to the building.
Oh yeah? Then I'm the Dowser. What, I'm just supposed to believe you? Well, you got the password, so here's the key.
Thanks.
Ich habe einfach geraten, ich hatte keine Ahnung, ich war richtig panisch, so fuck, ich habe nicht zugehört. Also doch, ich habe zugehört, aber ich habe mir das gemerkt, nicht gemerkt. Boah, Junge. Reden. Ist echt schwer. Vielleicht sollte ich jetzt immer nur schreiben. Kann man hier schreiben? Kann man nicht, dann werdet ihr wohl mich nicht mehr hören. In der Kiste. Schlechtes Leder. Es wird kein gutes geben. Es ist dunkel. Maybe sollte ein bisschen und ein. Gespeichert. Dann verlassen. Ab, ne. Hier. Das ist wieder runter, weil ich sowieso nichts kenne, oder? Das.
Who are you? You don't look like a guard to me.
Because I'm not. Name's Zachariah Mancer, lieutenant in Ophir. If you're the merchant who got himself kidnapped from the exchange, I'm here to get you out.
I am indeed. Fiorello, master of the caravan. The shadow still protects me. But I doubt you came to help us out of the generosity of spirit. Am I correct in that presumption?
Ian Mancer, great master of the Technomancers, sent me to talk to you.
Ah, I see. Yes. One of my favorite clients. And a man with whom I, indeed, have some information to share. Aurora has discovered a new site, not far from the Shadow Path. A site filled with objects of incredible condition, and even a relic, as rumor has it.
News I'm sure the great master will be glad to hear. You should go now. Get back on the exchange as quick as you can.
I'm not one to dally, Mancer. I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around.
So. Es geht noch weiter, die Quest geht ja. Endlich. Also wir holen uns einmal Charles Seekers Forschungsunterlagen. Wir gehen also hier einmal. Ja, wir werden so oft einfach nur so durch die Gegend laufen, ohne uns das wirklich anzugucken. Jetzt sollten wir wirklich nur die kleine Map nutzen. Ich glaube, dann haben wir ein bisschen mehr Spaß. Guck, schon wieder. Mal nur kurz einen Raum verlassen. Schon tauchen Gegner wieder auf. Aber wie gesagt, ich habe nichts gegen Erfahrung. Aber vielleicht sollte ich irgendwann mal schlafen. Dann kriege ich extra Erfahrung. Extra Erfahrung, gut. Aber niemand hat was gegen Ex-Erfahrung. Ah. Nee,
Veronica, I need a favor.
It's just not my work.
From what I could gather, he was arrested and thrown into the correctional camp. Apparently his criticism of the government was more important to them than his work. Times we live in, I guess.
I don't even know what to... Such a loss. A waste. Maybe his work shouldn't be abandoned. If he's not coming back anytime soon, or at all, then you can do good with it.
Ah.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
Unfortunately, I've received confirmation of what Veronica suspected. Charles was arrested and deported to a camp as a punishment for his comments. I'm sorry, Scott. I did bring back his research, though, since you wanted it.
Thank you, Zachariah. How awful. But what is happening to our dear abundance? We won't beat Aurora if we get rid of our scientists. Anyway, I'll take a look at these documents. No doubt our dear Charles was worried. They're coded. It's funny, it reminds me of the code we used as students, so that the professors wouldn't know about our adventures. All this is a little far away. I'm gonna have to think about it. Thank you, Zach. Thanks again.
So, dann sagen wir den Großmeister mal Bescheid. Weiß nicht, wer das ist. Wahrscheinlich einer, der da drin ist, in dem Gebäude. Keine Ahnung. Ja, so. Mal. Ich gehe mal schlafen. Extra Erfahrung. Ja. Ich kriege das da. Ich. So. Wir gehen hier mal geradeaus durch diesen wunderschönen Part. Ah, das war noch gar nicht ganz so. Das sah trotzdem vom Mund nicht so aus. Als wenn. Oder war das nur daneben? Ich glaube, das war so Design, dass es da drunter ist, dass das Slime da drunter ist. Ich bin mir gerade nicht mehr sicher. Fühlt sich das immer wieder alles auf? Also loote ich jedes Mal sonst, weil ich denke, dass es danach leer. Ich hoffe, das füllt sich nicht wieder auf. Loot ich halt wirklich in größere als sonst, weil ich will so alles halt einfach haben. Weil ich später nicht mehr mal looten muss. Oh man. Oh ja. Wow. Sie ja echt Mühe geben. Kein Loot. Einfach kein Loot. Gar nichts. Nicht meine kleine Kiste. Why not?
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. How may I be of service?
Zach, good to see you. How does army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. I want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
What can you tell me about Alan?
You shouldn't care about that little prick, Zachariah. That moron is only worthy of attention because he is the physical amalgamation of all the flaws Technomancers have. He would be a wonderful case study for the Seekers, but other than that, he doesn't deserve my attention, and especially not yours.
Do you know my captain?
I've had the opportunity to run into her a couple of times. She is a respectable woman, I think. She's known to be fair with men. Of course, the fact that she is not a Technomancer means that she'll never understand the stress and priorities we must face. Only our own can really understand what we're living. But you'll have to deal with it. You could have come at a worse time. To a certain extent, I think that she won't hesitate to defend you against those who won't miss an opportunity to get in your way. If you don't disappoint her, of course. Be straightforward with her, and tell her what you want her to know. I think that with that woman, that is the best way to do it.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Do you know how dangerous this question could be? That man oversees the ASC. He has ears everywhere, and he has terrorized the population since he took it over. I'm convinced that he is aware that we are hiding something from him, and he hates it. Everything he doesn't know, he believes, deserves his interest, and he's right in that regard. He will try everything in his power to find out our secret. He will not hesitate to use every plot and scheme in his book. If we were to have only one enemy, it would be that man.
That's Maß. Ich hab Keks geschrieben. Okay. Nee, doch nicht. Ich dachte ASC hat vielleicht mit Mars Warlocks oder wie es auch hieß, zu tun.
You're very bitter when it comes to our corporation.
Why shouldn't I be? People here are naive, content, and perfectly happy. Maybe I am a little more outspoken than others. What can I say? You were lucky that you can leave your place of birth. How many have had such luck? And now that you are a Mancer, you will have the joy of discovering the breeding we have to give into. A few years from now, we will find a Technomancer spouse whom you will be expected to have little Technomancers with. And then it will be their turn to be united against their own will, and so on. You wonder why Technomancers are degenerates? We are all inbreds. Not mentioning the fact that we are also used as war weapons. The fact that we have no hope of getting out of the golden prison in which we have been locked up. Anyway, don't let me break your spirit. You are different. Maybe you will manage to escape all of this. If so, I'm with you wholeheartedly.
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
My mission is to chase deserters and put an end to their life so that the scandal doesn't affect the army.
A difficult mission, especially from a moral standpoint. Are you okay?
Yes, it's raised some questions. It goes against what you've always taught me. The value of human life, that means nothing against the army's reputation.
Well, it must have been a hard choice to make. We are at war, and alas, the simple fact justifies extremes. Whereas in the end, it is only politics. I am sorry, Zack. I hope that your next missions will be less difficult. I don't want you to become as jaded as I am.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zack. Be careful.
Mann, ich lieb dich!
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
What do you think of our army?
A question requiring a delicate response indeed. For we are a part of that body. An integral part, perhaps. A vital organ, but still just a part. As such, one may not talk about the whole without impugning the parts, which in truth I am not wont to do. But with that spoken, it is very old. On one hand, good, well-established, the best equipment, disciplined troops, professional. But on the other hand, set in its ways, a double-edged sword indeed.
Okay, Rüstung.
For inflexibility is merely a step from paralysis, an iteration of the old dog's new tricks scenario. And with ranks practically inherited, there hardly exists a culture that encourages hard work or passion among the troops. Why work towards something that's unachievable? And of course, it's less than ideal that there are far too few of our kind among the ranks. Next to Aurora, we're surprisingly deprived in that field. And they're in the process of collecting the laurels of their politics right now.
Can you tell me anything about a soldier in my unit named David Ward?
I've been privy to some scarce talk of the boy. Tales of a once good soldier grown bitter and cynical, and none too pleased to be answering to a Technomancer. More nuisance than cause for concern. But just be aware, Zachariah, for one who turns a blind eye might just lose the other in the process.
What can you tell me about Jeffrey Hunter, another soldier in my unit?
Little of note. A spry young farm boy, little more than a simpleton fresh from greenhouse, if word serves correct. So as always, at least from my perspective, caution is in order when it concerns anyone like this lad, anyone who is not a brother or sister.
What can you share about us, the Technomancers?
We are, as you have learned, mutants, Zachariah. But while other mutations form the poor, deformed creatures that we use like commodities, ours has produced within us gifts. Whether this knowledge is shared among the Technomancers of Aurora, I know not. We are all still learning about ourselves, with knowledge segregated from faction to faction, corporation to corporation. Even Aurora conducts experiments that would be of interest to us. We whose gifts have turned us into living weapons. And despite our strengths, despite our role as guardians of knowledge, the last link to the Earth's past, the sole reason the corporations have not yet collapsed, our instability has ensured that any seat of power remains elusive to our kind. But never forget, no matter what our enemies, even those inside Abundance, may think or espouse, they need us. It is not the other way around. We are our own masters, never slaves.
Do you have any insight on Alan Mancer?
Zachariah, listen closely. As much as my heart yearns to spurt vitriol at his name, discretion is the better part of valor. Speak neither ill of the dead nor of those who could make you so. That man is filled with more blind aspiration than sense, easily manipulated by those who know how to flatter him. He would give up everything for the slightest bit of praise. He is the antithesis of you. While you ascended, his weaknesses have kept him from initiation, and he holds it against you. But do not get sucked into his petty games. He is adult, worthy of less attention than contempt.
What can you tell me about the ASC?
There is nothing to learn, officially, because no one talks about them out of fear. Speak of the devil and he shall appear and all. Silly superstition. But fear drives men as much as serum, I suppose. The true source of their power ultimately stems from their surveillance services. And with the war comes near limitless authorities in such matters. More often than not, authorities are aimed at their own dissenters rather than any deeply tangible threat to our great Mother Abundance. At their core, they are quite simply the most mortal of threats to us. So I would advise you, stay in line, do as you are told, and attract little attention, for it is now a perilous game of survival.
Do you have any wisdom you can share regarding Colonel Victor?
Wisdom or warning? He is a dangerously smart man with an insatiable hunger for power, an unending drive to have us in his pockets, a chess master, I fear, with just enough savvy to find a way to do it too. Someday.
What can you share with me about the source?
The center of all Abundance's power in Ophir, each building a symbol of its proper function, with the source set directly upon an ancient colonist dome that provided the vast bulk of our collection. Fascinating, is it not? Even if vestiges are all that remains of the old dome. To think that there was once a man, exactly where we settled, who had seen Earth with his own eyes, perhaps touched it with his own hands.
What do you know about my barracks?
A perfectly inelegant mix of testosterone and bachelorism. What could I add that you do not know for yourself firsthand? Poor food, worse quarters, but it serves its purpose. Barracks for the source, no more, no less.
What can you tell me about the exchange quarter?
A melting pot for sure. Forging an amalgam of cultures, commodities, and peoples, filled with merchants hawking equal shares of wares and information with such freedom that it gives the impression that it is unburdened by the scrutiny and heavy hand of Abundance's surveillance. An impression that is, in a word, faulty.
What do you know about the underworks?
Little more than common knowledge. Kilometers of tunnels lined with endless rows of warehouses storing who knows what for who knows whom, forged in part by man, in part by nature, and in part by the creatures that dwell within them as they extend all the way out to the ancient waterways.
That dome we went to with Master Sean, where did it come from?
A relic of the first colonists, long forgotten until after the turmoil, discovered upon the building of Ophir's first shadow path, and finally opened as a place of knowledge by one of our own, transformed into a storehouse for knowledge and secret discoveries until its collapse. So much was lost, but you were not. And if nothing else, I have that to be grateful for. For it is now we need fresh blood more than anything.
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped them for serum. I freed them before talking to them.
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's Technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir...
I wanted to talk to you about something.
What about?
We're looking for a scientist who disappeared. Name's Charles Seeker. All I found is some of his research. Seems he was studying Technomancers before getting arrested and sent to a camp.
Charles Seeker. Yes, the geneticist. Geneticists pose a risk. Scientific discoveries are always threatening to expose our secrets. Your friend Scott even worked on the same research years ago. Never found out what Scott did or didn't discover, though. He ended up drinking himself into irrelevance. So I stopped worrying. Whatever research you found, make sure no one sees it. Could be our downfall.
Upsala. Ich hab den schon dem anderen Kollegen in die Hand gedrückt. Es tut mir leid. Ich wollte nur ein netter Kollege sein. Danke fürs Durchmachen. Beim Rein- und Rausgehen, Alter. Wow. Läufst mir echt hinterher. Danke. Die Kollegen.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy.
Zu den Händlern.
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer. What a pleasure.
Hello, sir. I don't think I've had the honor of meeting you before.
Ah, of course. I'm Colonel Victor Watcher of the ASC.
Colonel.
At ease, Lieutenant, at ease. Simply came to congratulate you and learned that you become a Technomancer of the highest degree. For a young man from a rogue family, that's a terrific achievement.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Your road must have been difficult. You persevered. An outsider who managed to work his way into the ranks of the elite Technomancers. A marvelous story, especially given their secrecy. They've always fascinated me. Do you have any insight as to why they chose to be so insular?
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I don't know what you mean.
What a shame. By coming to you out of friendship and camaraderie, I was hoping that you wouldn't treat me like an outsider, too. All right, then. Back to your duties. But think about what I asked, and we'll see each other again.
Ja gut. Wünschte, ich könnte markieren auf der Karte. Das geht ja nicht. Also heißt laufen, laufen, laufen. Bis wir da sind. Wir gehen einfach geradeaus, dann rechts und dann rechts und dann rechts. Ja, auch da. Ja, fast schon wieder hier. Aber nur fast. So. Rechts. 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 Ah.
Ah, our savior is here. It's wonderful to see you again.
Das hört sich nicht ganz so
You seem
an.
a bit preoccupied. Things not going well?
No, it has. Everything has gone very well because of your efforts. Let's just say that my leave of absence didn't help my business. Don't think I'm not grateful, friend. I
Was
appreciate
kann
your
ich für Sie
help.
tun?
What can I do for you?
Listen, maybe I can help. What's going on?
You are too kind. I am so deeply involved. Anyway, yes, I am a little worried. More than a little, to be true. Two of my regular clients, after the kidnapping, must have assumed the worst and just left. Haven't heard from them. No one but you, I admit, cared enough to come to look for me. That said, their merchandise is here, but I have no way of telling them I am back without the risk of exposing myself. I don't mean to treat you like my errand boy. I only asked because you offered your help. Anyway, if you could let them know, I could compensate you as well. One of them, I'm sure you know, the barracks quartermaster. The other one is a slums merchant.
You know where the merchant's at?
Of course, of course. If you have a map, I could show you. Bless you, man, sir. 1,000 times over. Bless
Kein
you for
Problem.
all you've done for me.
Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Zachariah.
Who's the girl? She doesn't exactly look like a merchant.
It is a good question. I found her tied up in the warehouse that we were dumped in. The poor thing cannot even remember her own name. Figure she must have family or friends around here, though, so I keep her with me, hoping someone might recognize her. Just banking on luck, though. Maybe as an officer, you might be able to check and see if someone has reported her missing. I'm sure her family would be grateful, as I would.
I'll see what I can do.
Der Typ hat keinen Arm.
Thank you, Officer Mancer. You are a man of endless generosity.
Hört das so?
Can I ask what corporation you're from?
You can ask, but you may be disappointed by the answer. None. My parents were traveling merchants like me. The road is my home. Always has been. But not to take anything away from your corporation. Its technical miracles, beautiful city, and all the rest. But I don't think I could ever settle down. There is freedom in having no ties.
So how does it all work? You merchants trade with each other too, or?
Our lives would be impossible otherwise. The travel required to collect the vast array of goods we purvey would be impractical, to say the least. For instance, a fellow merchant is traveling to your hydroponic farms as we speak, and is gathering goods that he will swap with me to bring back to Alliance's territory. And there are other merchants who trade goods with me from territories even further away, and on and on and on. We would be at a loss without each other. So, we stick together. A big family, in a way.
I can't imagine everything you've seen. How far have you gone?
We can't really leave the shadow paths, but those ways connect nearly all the big cities on the planet. That said, my travels usually take me to Junction Complex, Alliance's main city. A place that would surprise you, I should think. Filled with mechanization that the corporation has rather strangely invested so heavily in. I've also been to Shadowland. Its center is far more baroque, and its slums boggle the mind with how far they stretch. But Abundance's explorers, I know, have gone much further than I. To the ends of the planet, I hear. Maybe one day you might join them on an expedition. Experience the world yourself, rather than just hearing of it secondhand.
War das ein Teaser?
Look at you. Glad to see you. Can't tell you how much your help was. It is appreciated. Well, things might have worked themselves out in time, but who has time these days? And you sure saved me the hassle. You're a Technomancer?
I am. Zachariah Mancer.
I'm lucky. In name and in life. You Mancers all stick together. Know each other real well, don't you?
Know each other, maybe, but we're scattered between here and the front.
Right. The front. Of course, the front. So, I take it you know where I can find I believe his name is Master Connor?
He's still in town, away from the front, training recruits.
Lucky again. Just what I wanted to hear. Think you might be up to do me a favor?
Either way, I'm here. Tell me what you need.
Simple. To meet Master Connor and relay some information. With your help, of course. Without your help, well, being just a simple merchant, unwelcome outside the exchange, I suppose it'd be a bit harder. If not, you know, impossible. You know as well as I do, a common merchant can't just stroll up to the likes of a master. So, you get me in front of him, and I'll owe you one. How about that?
I'll see what I can do.
And I'll be much obliged.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope. What can I get you?
Ja, eine Stimme. Keine Ahnung, die hat mich gerade irgendwie sehr eingeladen, einfach mitzureden.
Never noticed all the beggars in the neighborhood. This a new thing?
No. They've been here way too long, if you ask me. More and more keep piling in. They're ruining my business. Not a clue where they're coming from. All I know is they keep pouring in, broken, disabled, putting it out there for pity. Clients coming around don't like that.
Hey.
Me and my colleagues would pay a hefty sum to anyone who could get them out of here and move them to the slums or somewhere. You could be that someone? Yeah?
I can try. What else do you know about all these beggars appearing?
Not much more than you can see. They're all missing an arm, which is weird. First, I figured that they were all wounded soldiers from, you know, the front, but mostly that's because the story they were all telling. It's just a stack of lies. Obviously, time changed my opinion. Because our beloved abundance would never let our veterans and heroes flounder like that. And looking at some of them, the shape they're in, pretty clear they were never soldiers. They're just deformed and disabled and a nasty sight to look at. Why they all chose to litter these streets, I don't have a clue.
What else do you know about all...
Not much more than you can... Obviously. They're just...
Geht ihm nicht auch an?
Serum, sir? Got a drop for a poor war cripple?
No, I don't. You gotta move it along, pal.
Where you want me to go? One block over, any better for you?
Listen, I'm sorry. I am. I get it. Life's kicked you in the balls, and you're just trying to survive. And if you were the only one begging these streets, it'd be different. But you're not. It's you and countless others making it really hard for the merchants to conduct their business. Merchants who, if I don't get you out, are more than willing to ask much less kindly. So I'm just asking you to move it somewhere else.
Life might have kicked me in the balls, but it was the smuggler who took my arm. Promised to kill me if I leave these streets.
The smuggler.
I had nothing here. All abundance held for me was pain and trouble. Know what that's like? To only know misery? To be so desperate a bit of hope shines like the only ray of light you've ever seen. That's what the smuggler was when I met him. Promise of better. Chance to start again in Aurora, where I could rebuild my life.
Didn't work out that way?
No, sir. Had me driven to a warehouse where I signed some papers I didn't even read. That's what hope gets you, I guess. Once he had him, he threatened to turn them over to the ASC if I didn't work for him. Pickpocket at the market and give him everything I stole.
Which you did.
Steal or die, which would you choose, sir? Even then, after time, I couldn't keep quiet. Too much pride, I guess. So I spoke up, and for my trouble, lost my arm and was sent to the streets to beg for him. I leave the street, I die. I fail to bring him enough serum, I die. I refuse his orders, I go to the ASC, I die. I ask you, is this living?
It's surviving, at least.
Hey, you heard? Word on the street, ASC is hiring.
Yeah, I have. But they'll have a hard time. Hey, mister! You got some serum, mister?
No, I don't. And you folks gotta clear out.
You gonna protect us if we do?
No, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, you think? We leave, the smuggler will kill us.
I've heard the stories. Probably to help you escape, then made you steal.
That's right. But more than just mine, sir.
Know where to find this guy?
Yes, sir. At the station, sir. But you ain't gonna get near him dressed like that, sir. He'll see you coming blocks away. Look a little more poor, dirtier. And you...
I hear you. Thanks.
Also, wir haben jetzt alle, es hat mich 100 fucking oder mehr scheiß Serum gekostet. Aber hat gerade wehgetan. Also ich hoffe, echt jetzt. Auf jeden Fall. Ich hoffe, die Quest bringt Money. Und das nicht so nicht nur wenig, sondern verdammt viel. Also sonst hat sich das echt nicht gelohnt.
Hey, I was told you could help me.
That so? Perhaps.
I heard you were the discreet type. Could maybe help me and my friends get out of fear. Leave abundance. Is that true?
What's your deal? Political problems? Avoiding the front? Never mind, keep your silence. Better for all. Yeah, I have some contacts that might be able to help you out. But I don't do favors. It's gonna cost you. And to be straight, to get 3 people out, it's gonna cost some bribes to guards and officials. Not gonna be cheap. But if you got the serum, we can get you on your way.
Brought you everything I could scrape together. You still need time to tie up some loose ends before we head out.
Sure, sure. Pay when you're ready. But don't drag your feet. This isn't exactly a safe business, and I've been thinking of getting out.
Oh Mann, okay, ja. Let's go.
Brought you everything. Here.
Good to hear. Good, good. I'll take care of the rest. You got a map? Look here. Meet me in the underworks. It's hidden, and it'll make it easier to sneak out.
Also, wir gehen für diese Mission. Hier rein, okay? Bei Schlafen. Den Zusammenstellen brauchen wir nicht. Springen wir das und gehen bis zum nächsten Morgen. Jetzt haben wir richtig viel Schlaf. Und können jetzt los. Wir haben unser Team schon zusammen. Hier gibt es noch Missionen.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Hey Ryan, Merchant just delivered this for you. Said he's got more merch you made.
Oh, good. Bastard finally showed up. Damn foreigners. Good thing they're better at making deals than they are at my...
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control.
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch...
Ah,
Lieutenant,
made the traps you suggest.
and I'll make sure they find their way to the tunnel. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse, but they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They've terrorized the merchants, but honestly, that's... According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. Their paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation... I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, the drugs could push them over the edge. A straight-up fight could kill them. First things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent further collateral damage. I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys. If the ASC handles it instead, I know I'm gonna be writing letters of condolences. Don't let it come to that.
If you're gonna try reasoning with them, how about we try to find their families? Or at least a corporal's family to give us some ammo for when we talk to them. Or not. Sorry, Lieutenant. Didn't mean to step on your toes.
He looks like a simpleton, but looks are apparently deceiving. What's the first step in any experimental protocol, Zachariah Roguemancer? Answer, please? Research the subject. Hanging around with brutish simpletons has damaged your brain. Which reminds me, lost your teeth before... No, never mind. Ignore me. That's just a little note for myself to remember before bedtime.
Soldier, please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone.
Ma'am, your husband. He's one of the soldiers who returned yesterday?
Yes, I'm Corporal Tyrone Ward's wife. So he is back? Why haven't I been permitted to see him? What's wrong?
Ma'am, he's safe, but he's scared. Paranoid. Suffering severe post-traumatic stress. So what I need for you to do is tell me something. Anything that might help me convince him to listen. Before he gets himself killed.
Tell him I'm here.
Tell him I'm waiting to see him. Dying to see him. Tell him about the ribbon he sent me for my hair, and that it's not just me waiting anymore. That we're going to have a child soon.
Heavy. Das ist heavy. Okay. Geh erstmal hier ohne. Nee, geh ich mir. Finde der Meister Kanner. Komm, wir machen das. Wir geben diese Nachricht weiter, auch wenn ich denke, dass es behindert ist. Ah, ich hab einen Punkt. Hm? Das mal nicht gut. Ja, überspringen. Muss ich jetzt mal sehen. Connor!
Damn it. Master Connor isn't in the chapel. The Great Master will know where he is.
Zachariah. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that, it may seem.
Do we know what force?
The greatest challenge shall be their own Technomancers. I am certain they'll be supported by numerous soldiers and laborers, but I have faith in you, Zachariah Rogue Mancer. Endowed with the intelligence and adaptability that both your names imply, you always find a way.
I'm looking for Master Connor. Any idea where I can find him?
He headed down to the underworks. Needed to get some supplies from our warehouses. If you're going there, take the elevator near the barracks. Opens up close to the warehouses and will save you some time. It's a real maze down there.
Thanks for the tip.
Danke für den Tipp. Hier meint er das, ne? Wahrscheinlich meint er hier. Ja, guck mal, hier sieht es doch so aus, wenn es hier irgendwo runter geht, wo man nicht lang gehen sollte normalerweise. Wir kriegen das hin, oder? So. Oh, so dunkel. Weißt du, ob das bei euch auch im Bildschirm so dunkel ist? Ja, und dunkel. Wir sind jetzt im Untergrund. Der Untergrund ist gefühlt, naja, wie die Slums. Sind vielleicht auch die Slums. Ich will gar nicht sehen. Speichern wir einfach schnell. Ich speichere nicht so oft normal, weil... Oh, shit! Die sind neu. Oh, falscher Knopf! Junge! Hä? Stopp doch! Danke.
Dear Zachariah, a pleasure as always to see you, and my gratitude for your help. Now, please, stop calling me Master. You're one of us now. What brings you here?
I met a merchant fresh off the exchange who'd like to meet you.
Strange. Some delivery I'm not expecting, or something else?
He only said he had information to give. Didn't say what, but I thought maybe there was a chance he learned something about some relics during his travels.
Relics are more the great master's field of expertise than mine. I like to stick to molding our young recruits, but come, let us see what this is all about.
Das sind fette Modes. Er will da also einfach.
I don't know what's going on, but this is weird. Better follow Master Connor to the exchange to make sure nothing happens to him.
So. Der Typ würde ihn einfach töten. Das wird sein, wirklich. Das wird sein.
Lieutenant. Look, Lieutenant, maybe it's just because I'm not used to life in the city, but...
Cut to the point, soldier.
I think we're being tailed, sir. I think someone's been watching us, but I don't...
Alright. Any ideas?
Hell yeah. I ain't no hunter for nothing, sir. I'd say we could leave from, say, the barracks or something. We just treat it like we're out for a walk. Then, once we know we're being followed, we lead him to a trap down a dead-end road.
That's one way to go. Alright.
Du musst so oft anhalten. Warum tust du das? Tu mir das hier an.
Really you? Andrew? Can it really be?
I hate to disappoint, Master Connor, but I don't die easy. And I have a little too much pride to just let myself be tossed out with the trash. We got some explaining to do.
We did not toss you out with the trash. We just did not know how to help you. Your talents were uncontrollable. So we sent you away, hoping you would forget. Move on.
Hoping I'd forget? When? As 10 years of my life wasted away at the hands of a merchant? I want my goddamn life back, asshole.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could make it up to you.
I don't know. But you can be damn sure I'll think of something. Get out.
Andrew, I cannot tell you how remarkable to see you. Simply remarkable. Pardon me, Zachariah. You cannot know how unexpected this was. Thank you. I must now return to the source.
I'm a little bugged I had to listen to that conversation. I don't even know what the hell they were talking about. Who's that kid Andrew they were going on about?
I was wondering the same thing. Name's familiar, but I don't know. Excuse me, soldier. I wanna...
Freeze! Not another step! That uniform ain't fooling anyone else.
Look, I just got back from one hell of a mission, so if my uniform's not up to spec, you'll forgive me. But either tell your superiors I'm back with intel, or explain to them why you...
You just finished spying on the enemy? But why didn't you say that in the first place?
Ich habe vergessen, dass sie auf Rüstung reagieren.
Corporal, let's chat.
You wanna chat? Sure, why not? Not like we're at war here. Let's just have a goddamn tea party. Whatever you want to chat about. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I didn't see your stripes. Your uniform threw me off, sir. My mistake.
It's fine, Corporal. Stand down. Listen, Corporal, you're confused. You're scared, and I get that. Not a lot is making sense to you now, but you have to trust me. You're back in Ophir, and your wife, Maya, she's worried about you.
Maya? How the hell do you know my wife's name? Did you do something to...
Your wife's fine, Corporal. She even told me about that ribbon you sent her.
She told you about the ribbon? I don't understand. There was a goddamn war raging out there. I heard it. We were under siege. If we're in Ophir, you're telling me it's under siege?
It was. The fighting's done, though. You held the warehouse like men, so just relax and return to your barracks. Rest. Wait for your wife. She has some good news for you.
Good news? Of what?
The best kind. Trust me. The kind that'll be a reason to stay safe. Stay alive.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Men, listen up. Lower your arms. We're heading back to the barracks. On the double.
Ich dachte schon, ich hab die Mission so richtig verkackt. Ich bin halt mit Bänder-Uniform rein und dann... wie man sagen soll. Und dann mit der falschen Rüstung reingeht. Uff. Mann, Mann, Mann. Aber echt viel Loot habt ihr da gelassen. Nicht. Danke. Guten und Leveln heißt es ja. Das habe ich auf jeden Fall. Und raus hier.
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around.
So. Ja, wir wollen einmal da hinten hin, weil da sind ganz viele Ausrufezeichen. Ausrufezeichen, da müssen wir hin. Definitiv. So. Da. Was gibt's jetzt zu erledigen?
Ready to try your plan out?
Ha! Yeah, absolutely, Lieutenant.
All right. Just out on a stroll, right?
Yeah, just a stroll. He won't suspect anything. Let's head out this way. Probably go right now.
Where are you going?
We can head down this alley and over towards the archives. We'll pass security, and there's a chance he might get suspicious, but I think we'll be fine.
You ever been to the Curiosities?
Couple of times, but I don't like going through that neighborhood too much.
Let's just keep heading this way a bit further, I think, and I'll prove I was right.
Got some
great matches in the arena. Place your bets on the fighters too.
Yeah, there we go. He's following us. Just gotta keep him with us until we get to the dead-end street past his checkpoint. We'll corner him there. Dead end's right there. We just gotta get him in there, and we'll have him trapped. We'll finally know who the spy is, Lieutenant.
Nein, wir sind angefangen.
Who the hell are you? Why are you following us?
You got nowhere to run. You're surrounded. Fuck. Take a look around. You may find something that'll help explain why he's tailing us.
The hell is this? Looks like a notebook. And I'm willing to bet it's Alan Mancer behind all this shit. Looks like the little rat reported me to the ASC.
What? Really? Why would another Mancer tell on you? And for what? You're a great lieutenant, sir. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, well, let's just say Alan's not exactly a fan. But this time, the little shit's gone too far. He's gonna give me an explanation.
What is all this about? What did that man want? And what is this story about Alan's tablet?
All I know is what the lieutenant said. Some guy from the ASC started following us. Something about a Technomancer denouncing a hero in the ASC. Technomancer's name was Alan.
Yes, I recall a boy jealous of your talents, wasn't he? Yes. The urgency of youth is the source of the most reckless.
Ein bisschen zu langsam. So, Handschuhe habe ich nichts Neues. Oh mein Gott, habe ich wieder Rüstung. Schlösser. Weg damit, wenn keine Vorteile dran sind, dann weg. Wenn nicht Wissenschaft ist dabei. Das kann ich mal gebrauchen. Handwerkerhemd. So. Okay, jetzt können wir die ganzen anderen Missionen erledigen, die wir vorher erledigen wollten. Dieser Kack-Mission, die mir da reingerutscht ist, können wir die nicht machen. Also machen wir sie jetzt. Jetzt! Diese Karte wird unser Lieblingsfreund. So, wir werden halt nichts anderes sehen gefühlt dieses ganze Spiel über. Ich habe ja gesagt, ich will da nicht so oft drauf gucken, aber ich tue es trotzdem.
Lieutenant. I solved your problem, Quartermaster.
Is that so? And how'd it go?
No lives lost. But if we don't find an antidote to the drug, I doubt those men will see a day outside a cell for the rest of their lives.
Thanks, Lieutenant. We owe you one. A friend of mine working on the test actually sent us a sample, and we should be able to make an antidote with it. Eventually, I hope.
Give me the sample. I know someone who could probably find the cure quickly.
Thank you, Lieutenant. If he succeeds, he will help us out.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy.
Could you analyze this sample and make an antidote?
Of course I could, but not here. I need my lab.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We managed to neutralize most. Some, unfortunately, escaped.
Then you didn't act quickly enough. It should have been your priority, Lieutenant. Because of your what was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? He unfortunately escaped.
I expected more of you, Mancer. Now we have a problem. He's probably far away enough from Ophir, but we're under tight surveillance, and if this escape comes to light, you won't get any congratulations from me. But you can go get your pay from the quartermaster. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. We've got state officials around. We've got brigades. Questions, Lieutenant?
Mal gucken, was passiert, wenn ich sie an. Weil der eine Typ hat mir gesagt, sei einfach direkt mit der. Boom. Und dann wirst du Frieden haben, aber die hat gerade.
Captain.
Yes.
We managed to...
Then you didn't act. What was the fate of the...
Sergeant Boris. You'll be pleased to hear that he's been eliminated, as requested.
I'm glad to hear my expectations were met. As hard as it must have been to carry out those orders. It's never easy to take the life of one of your own, even if he was a coward and a traitor. You did well. Saved us from scandal. My trust was well placed. Quartermaster has your pay. Go get it. It was well earned. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving. We've got questions.
Ich bin verwirrt. Guck mal. Wieso habe ich Armee von... Stund.
You already...
What does the name Andrew mean to you?
The long version of the name Andy? How about a last name? No? Alright. I have a vague recollection of an Andrew linked to an accident at the Technomancer school years back. That what this is about? If it is, listen closely, Lieutenant. You're an officer now, not a school teacher. And I can't afford to have your attention divided, so...
Of course, Captain. Crystal clear. Captain.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. We managed to...
Then you didn't act quick. What was the fate of the
Sergeant Boris?
I expect you won't get any Good. Moving on. We have got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant? We've got state officials. We've got...
We have rovers?
A few of Abundance's most prized relics, dating back to the colonists. Fragile and hard to fix, though, so they're used sparingly. But will we need to travel away from our shadow paths? They're small, though, so they're not transporting more than a few men. But who knows? We may find need for them on quick and dirty missions.
Who are these officials I'm being sent to babysit?
Senior ministers of agronomy evacuated from Greenhope. Some coddled pop star singer, and most importantly, some senior officials, including the High Judge, a man we can't afford to lose. Whatever you have to...
Who are these officials I'm being sent to babysit?
See, whatever you have to do.
What's Aurora have to gain by...
Destabilization? Humiliation? To show they can strike anywhere at any time, even in the heart of... I don't have a damn clue how they got so deep inside the city.
What do we know about Bulk?
More than nothing. But not much more. He has a hell of a fine reputation among terrorists. Only way we're gonna find him is to stay on the rebels. The ones who know him. Otherwise...
So how'd the ASC get it?
Some questions, Lieutenant, are better left unasked. And some answers better left unknown. Not a fan of the gory details. All I know is the intel now points to Bulgakov and his men planning an attack. And come hell or high water, we're gonna stop it. Right?
Where exactly were the terrorists seen?
Not wearing name badges or carrying signs, for fuck's sake, Lieutenant. It's gonna take a little more legwork. They're in the slums. Open your ears, bend some arms. I'm sure you'll find some creative ways to find them and their leader, whose head I want on a stick.
Ah,
Lieutenant.
I solved your problem, Quartermaster.
Is that so? And how to...
No lives lost. But if we don't find...
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Give me the same.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Huh? Captain Eliza.
Indeed, I've been
Hi.
Hello.
Could you
Of course.
Could you analyze...
Of course I...
Hello, Alan.
Zachariah Rogue. They haven't sent you to die at war yet? A damn disappointment.
The little bird handed me some notes about a spy authored by a little rat. The rat should leave me alone and cut the shit out immediately.
I'm not sure I like your tone, Rogue. I have more important things to do than waste my time with the likes of you.
You should have known you wouldn't own up to your own lies. That would take courage, which you're lacking.
A rogue will never live up to the reputation of a real mancer, and it's high time someone showed you. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
What? What? Dann macht er so einfach und ich bin weg.
Zach? Oh.
At once. Have your senses left you, Zachariah? Is this how I taught you? A Technomancer fighting with students.
I'm sorry, Master.
He started it. What did you want me to do?
As for you, Alan, your constant provocations will one day find you an early grave. Don't fancy me a fool, for the fool is you.
Try something like that again, Alan. Please, try it again when no one's around to bail your sorry ass out.
So. Was habe ich denn hier bekommen? Erkundungstarnung. Die sieht so behindert aus. Ah. Wollte nicht. Was war. Genau, hier war. Bisschen. Und. Also von all den Missionen habe ich nichts mehr hier. Das heißt, ich kann jetzt nach links und runter. Yes. Links war korrekt. Dann müssen wir mal runter. Irgendwo gibt es hier eine Mission. 2, aber das ist wahrscheinlich Smuggler-Mission, die hatten. Und da gehen wir jetzt einfach mal hin. Okay, wir laufen jetzt einfach hier wieder lang. Ich glaube, das Spiel wird sehr viel Laufen beinhalten nebenbei. So, okay. Das gehört dazu bei RPGs. Bei RPGs, ich immer spiele. Guck mal. Ah, guck mal, der ist Schmuggler. Der steht da schon vorne. Will uns, Hallo sagen. Hallo.
Here we are. A couple of idiots looking for a way out. So desperate they'll fall for anything.
That really what you think's going on here?
Why? You gonna resist? If that's the case, we'll just kill you then.
Man. So blöd. Oh, du kriegst ganz auf die... Oh Mann, ey. Die Bettlerrüstung hat echt nicht viel zu bieten, ne? Muss ja echt alles aushalten. Au.
Take it back. I'll stop. Anything you want, just let me leave.
Fine, get out of here. But you start your ship back up, and next time I won't be so lenient.
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Eigentlich. Hat er Vergebung verdient? Die Frage ist... Ah, shit. Gehen wir erstmal da rum. So. Guck mal, der hat mehreren Leuten lass mich kurz laden. Ich töte ihn. Es tut mir leid, aber ich töte ihn. Das wird der erste Mensch sein, den ich töte. Weil der Schmuggler hat mehrere Leute die Hand genommen und soll dafür ihn Geld verdienen.
Here we are. A couple of idiots looking for a way out. So desperate they'll...
That really what you think's go...
Why? You gonna resist?
Sorry, I'm not the lenient type, especially not with those who don't give leniency to others. Only thing you deserve is to die.
Oder lesen kann ich gar nicht. Mann, eine -1 zu sehen, das macht mir einfach depressiv, okay? Ich musste nachher, wenn mein Kamera okay ist. Die sind genau nebeneinander gestorben. So, gehen wir mal hier rein und lernen. Das Blocken einfach so. Die Chancen einfach zu. Ich muss mich langsam ausruhen. Die Slums. Also doch im Untergrund, also nur unser Untergrund.
I need to get closer to hear what they're saying. Just gotta keep discreet and stay hidden.
Oh, this place isn't like it used to be. The curiosities are
Shut up. Someone's coming. Where's the next action going down? You heard anything?
Operation Cut's going off in a few hours. Bulgakov's taking care of it. Taking a bomb down to the train station in one of those military bags. With all the troops moving around the area, nobody'll even look twice.
Fucking regime won't be able to ignore us after that. Freedom or death, right?
If they're trying to hit the train station, Lieutenant, we gotta stop them. Do you know how many people they're gonna kill? And we'd be cut off from the other cities and Abundance's enclaves. Holy crap, even the aqueducts will be shut down.
A little bird told me.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Officer, please.
What's wrong?
My fiancé just disappeared.
Talk to me.
Yeah, but then
I'll see what I...
Ich kenne das schon. Aber woanders sind. So. Wir ruhen uns kurz ein paar Minuten. Denn
Nice.
Hello, my boy.
it's getting harder and harder to make ends meet. Just the other day, I had to push my eldest to work. Well, there was just no other way.
He's 14. He's not a child anymore. It's about time he made himself useful.
But he's so...
Lieutenant, should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? Might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's ask him to move back. Hi, Scott.
Hello, my...
I have a
Of course. You know, you could have probably made it your...
Scott, here's the sample.
You think that I'm see... Take this. It wasn't that.
Thank you, Scott.
Danke, Scott. Scotty. Scott Posi. So. Wir gehen weiter. Das heißt aber... Ich habe keine Ahnung, wo wir hingehen. Wenn du eine Ahnung hast, wo wir hingehen, dann sag mir Bescheid. Denn ich weiß es nicht. Weil ich laufe nur den Ausrufezeichen hinterher. Ich weiß nicht, ob A, B, C ist die Quest, ob es D ist. Was ich nur weiß, dass es eine Quest ist.
The hell? Fucking fallow? Hell you want, huh?
To find your chief.
Mara? You want Mara? What are you... Fuck it. Ain't my fight. You'll find her there if you want to find her. Hope she gives you what you're looking for.
Falsch.
Can't go through here.
Oh man. Rechner leid.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Hä, wieso bin ich gerade gestorben? Das war easy. Erzähl. Erzähl? What? Makes not so much sense what I'm telling here. So.
You Mara?
Yeah. What's it to you, dick?
Charming. I helped the young lady escape from a warehouse where she was being tortured. She can't even remember her own name.
Wow, you're a hero. Thanks for the story.
She was one of yours.
You found Talia? If you found her, fuck. This would be the first damn time I'd ever owe any guy anything. You bring her here, whether she remembers herself or us or not, if it's her, she's one of us. Family. So yeah, we'll take care of her. And the assholes who fucked with her too.
Just glad to finally find her a home. There's a merchant in the exchange quarter. Name's Fiorello. He's been taking care of her. Send someone to get her. Tell him I sent you.
And what's your name? To tell him?
Zachariah Mancer.
A good name. One I won't forget. We don't have many friends with dicks around here, but I'd like to consider you one. Thanks for bringing our sister back home.
Bye, Mara.
Oh Mann. Ich habe das Gefühl, dass es besser wird. Okay, komm on. Wir haben jetzt dieser Frau geholfen. Und bei uns geht Ruf und so weiter. Zeit. Weg bis zum Gegner.
Hey there.
Officer, hello. What can I do for the fine officer today?
Hey there. Just came by to let you know Fiorello's back in the exchange, and he's got your...
Now, that is some very good news.
At your command.
Also wir machen jetzt kurz die Hauptquest für eine Bombe und die Musik stresst mich ein bisschen. Eigentlich möchte ich nur entspannt looten.
Citizens! Stay. Screw! There may be an attack. An attack? What?
Oh, hey there. You're the officer who's escorting us? Damn, we got lucky. Our own Technomancer. Name's Nisha.
Pleasure. Zachariah Mancer. I'll get you where you need to go.
Never met a Technomancer before. Must be amazing to have powers like that. I gotta say, I was getting pretty worried Aurora would try to attack us on the road. But with you tagging along?
We still need to be careful and stick together. Never know when danger's gonna crop up.
Based on the threats
Ist das eine...
The arrogance they show by threatening us. Astounding. By the way, did you read Rick's report about the 2 new mines found by the Reachers?
No, not yet. I'll take a look at it when we're there.
Hello, officer.
Hello, Mr. Judge.
Mancer? A Technomancer? I've never had the opportunity to cross paths with your kind. You're a pretty mysterious group of people. I've heard that you're...
It's called a surge. Intense excitement and emotions can make us generate more energy than we can usually handle. It creates an overload. If we manage to keep it in check, the effects are minor, and it can be used very effectively in combat. Result is devastating for anything around the Technomancer.
Fascinating. That's really fascinating. You are really...
Bisschen weird.
Listen to... There's been an explosion. There will be wounded there.
I'll manage. Go on. Go help where you can. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
Officer! Help! They're attacking us!
Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
Help! They're attacking us!
Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
Officer! Help! They're attacking us!
Okay, ich muss sie am Leben halten irgendwie. Kann ich das machen? Fallen aufstellen. Aber so richtig viele.
Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
They're attacking us!
Ich hab sie nicht umgebracht, okay? Ich war das nicht.
Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
Officer! Help! They're attacking us!
Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
Officer! Help! They're attacking us!
I'll get you someplace safe. We gotta go, now.
We're following you, officer. Trusting you with our lives.
Let's head to the north gate. Then the guards can take you to the residence, or the exchange.
You're an impressive young man. I've always trusted our Technomancers. Gentlemen, miss, let us dally no more.
Thank you, officer. I hope to see you around soon. I'll be at the source.
Lieutenant! Everything go alright? It's been awful over there. They blew up the protection shutters, so we had to evacuate everyone.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't just a diversion. It was a symbol, too. Destroy the roof of a rival city, and they won't forget about it anytime soon.
That's true. That's some good thinking, Lieutenant. So, we heading back to the barracks? Sure the captain will be wanting your report as soon as possible.
Lieutenant?
Lass mich durch! An der Quelle also. Mhm. Ich muss mich nur für später vorbereiten. Okay, ich mental schon. So habe ich meinen guten Kollegen hier abgesetzt. Ja? Was ich sagen?
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy.
Mag dich nicht. Komm wieder zu mir. Nein. Muss kurz weg.